Every time my wife went on a date with her ex, a male stripper at a downtown bar, she'd bring me a little compensation gift. After what felt like the 100th time, I decided enough was enough. Ils sont last gift back. Along with the $450,000 car loan she took out to buy him a new car. Fresh out of the hospital. She called me furious. I just spent his birthday with him. Are you really going to be this petty and send him the bill? Besides, haven't I already compensated you with a gift? What more do you want? If you dare embarrass me like that again, I'll file for divorce tomorrow. Do you hear me? I looked at the t-shirt she sent me, with the word loyal stitched across the front, and my heart finally broke. Let's just get divorced. I've loved her for 10 years. And forgiven her countless times. But this time I'm walking away. When my wife Linda Carter got home, I was busy indulging in a cream-filled cake. For 10 years she had demanded I keep my chiseled ABS. So I cut out sugar and fat just to keep looking appealing for her. Linda walked over and, without hesitation, pushed the cake away from me. If you keep eating that, you'll look like a slob. She set a neatly wrapped package in front of me. Sorry, I forgot today's your birthday too. I took this gift back for you. Don't act like I've done something behind your back. I didn't move. 10 years of marriage. And it's just now. She remembered that my birthday is the same day as her first love's. And even now, she was acting like she was doing me a favor. She gave me a shove. I'm talking to you. Didn't you hear me? When did you get so petty? Before she could finish, she saw my face flushed with anger. She hesitated for a moment, then suddenly seemed to remember something. You're blowing this out of proportion. And it's making things worse for both of us. Listen, take that bill back. That car was supposed to be a gift for Chris. What you're doing is just embarrassing me. You used my money to buy a car for a male stripper. And I'm the one embarrassing you. That was the final straw. I tossed the cake into the trash right in front of her. The gift box followed, scattering packing material and cheap LED lights all over the floor. A t-shirt fell out too. White with loyal emblazoned on the front. Linda froze, her face immediately showing something between confusion and guilt. Why does it say loyal? Her voice trailed off, and a hint of shame flashed across her face. She quickly forced a smile and said, loyalty is a virtue. Don't let a word like that get under your skin, James. I stood there listening to her pathetic excuse. You spent $450,000 on a car for a male stripper. And $20 on a gift for your husband. Linda, you've really outdone yourself. She couldn't take it anymore. Hearing me throw the word stripper around, her face flushed with anger and she slapped me hard. Chris isn't a stripper. He's just working at a nightclub to make ends meet. How dare you insult him like that? I know you have your issues with him. But we've known each other for over 10 years. When he wasn't happy, he was always the one who cheered me up. If there was anything going on between us, would you even be here? For the entire 10 years of our marriage, Linda had been brushing me off with lines like this. But earlier, when she was out celebrating Chris Johnson's birthday, he posted something on social media. The photo showed him holding Linda close, his arm around her and her wearing a revealing dress with a suspicious mark on her neck. It was also suggestive. This was a side of Linda I had never seen before. To make matters worse, Chris captioned the post. She says, missing out on me was the biggest regret of her life. And she's willing to spend the rest of it making it up to me. From now on the title's his but Linda's mine. The cruelest part. Right after I saw that post, I received that loyal t-shirt. Chris even called me gloating, saying he picked it out himself because it fit my character best. All this humiliation was brought on by her. I held my aching cheek, just about to ask for a divorce. But before I could say a word, her phone rang. She glanced at the caller ID and immediately picked up. What's wrong on the other end? I could hear Chris Johnson's panicked voice. Linda, comme c'est me. Williams and her friends are making me drink. And they won't let me leave until I finish 90 bottles. Seriously, are they trying to mess with me? Linda grabbed her bag in a flash. Her voice suddenly soft and soothing. Don't worry, Chris, I know Mrs. Williams, I'm on my way to help you out. And just like that, she walked out the door. Not once did she look back at me. Or notice the blood slowly dripping down my leg from the car accident I had earlier. I stood there number, questioning the meaning of our 10-year marriage. 3 minutes later, Linda sent me a voice message. If you don't like the t-shirt, just throw it out. I'll buy you something else. My parents love you and I don't want to fight with you. Please don't make Chris your enemy. I didn't reply. She sent another message, I'll be home soon. Listening to her voice filled me with nothing but sadness. 10 years ago we met through a friend. But what Linda didn't know was that I had already known her back in high school. Back then, Chris Johnson was notorious for being a troublemaker. But Linda, a straight-A student, loved him with all her heart. Years later, when we reconnected through the friend, I thought they had long since broken up. I had no idea they had never truly ended things. And under the pressure from her parents, Linda had married me. I chuckled bitterly, not saying another word. I sent her one last text. When you get back, let's get a divorce. After that, I quietly headed to the hospital. The emotional strain had reopened my previous injury. While getting my wound cleaned and bandaged, I tried calling Linda. But all I got was a busy signal. I was about to give up when I got a notification from social media. Chris Johnson's latest post. There he was sitting in a car holding someone's hand. The caption read, "After all these years, you're still so good to me. One day when I make it big, I'll pay you back double." To my ice-cold CEO, how should I thank you with my body?